Don't you just hate it when you want to break a pattern and stop talking about something you've talked to death about, but you get sucked back in because of complete bullshit? Yeah, we're doing that right now. I never wanted to do this video. I'll be straight up right now. I wanted to stop making feminism-related videos after my commentary on Red Pill Gaming, but sadly, I couldn't do that. Which is why today's commentary will be on Jorm. He did a commentary on Jaded Culture's video about women being silenced or having their opinions disregarded. And my fucking lord does this video suck. There is not a doubt in my mind that this guy is a complete hardcore MGTOWer. Oh, and before anyone tells me that this video is old, two things. One, that doesn't invalidate any of my arguments, so go run in front of a train. And two, the subject matter is still relevant in modern society. So with all that out of the way, let's get this show on the road.
So what's better than seeing a social justice warrior bitch about misogyny?
Well, an MRA pissing his pants over misandry isn't counted among the things that are better than that.
So 2 weeks ago, I made a video about free speech. The purpose of the video was to illustrate the hypocrisy of nationalists who use free speech in order to promote ignorance and privilege, and as a consequence, often undermine the tenets that constitute a fair and just society.
Here's the problem I have with that statement. What is a fair and just society in your opinion?
Alright, this is gonna seriously bother me if I don't bring this up, so I'm gonna do it now before I actually get to tearing his arguments apart. Dude, why aren't you using only one picture for your avatar? It looks lazy, and I get sick of seeing the same damn pic over and over. It's a small thing, but it's like a fruit fly buzzing around your ear. Minuscule and annoying.
For example, is a fair and just society one where male suicide rates are double that of female suicide rates?
Done!
Well, maybe some data will fill you all in on this. According to the World Health Organization in 2012, the rate of male suicides in the US was at 19.4% compared to the rate of 5.2% for females. Now, this could be down to a number of reasons, but one major issue is mental health and societal pressure put on men to live up to impossible, almost unachievable expectations, and the child custody that weighs in favor of mothers and against fathers. But this is just one example of a fair and just society.
Jorm, you do know that women are statistically much more likely to attempt suicide more than men, right? And that women are much more predisposed to contracting emotional disorders and chronic illness than men? As a woman, there is a maximum 26% chance of you getting diagnosed with clinical depression, whereas a man has a maximum 12% chance. The only reason men's suicide rates are higher is because men are more likely to use much more brutal methods, such as a bullet to the head, hanging themselves, slitting their own throats, and basically just wanting it to get it over with. Women use methods like cutting themselves and overdosage, therefore leaving them more likely to survive attempts. And what impossible standards do men have in society that causes them to kill themselves? Is being a decent human being too much of a burden for them? Because that's pretty much all that is asked from them, not only in my experiences, but from everywhere else as well. She even brings up how downplayed women's role in life is in this video, but because you're a red pill douche, you're just like, oh, but the matriarchy is destroying men. It's always gotta be about the men, isn't it?
I could go on, but I won't. You already looked like enough of a fucking idiot to start off with.
Don't flatter yourself, kid.
Speech or democracy in the video. As a Marxist, I don't really see a lot of value in politics because I think that within a capitalist society, politics will always be corrupt.
Of course you believe politics will be corrupt. You're a fucking Marxist. The fundamental problem that I have with Marxism is that Marx displayed a very poor understanding of human nature. Marxism pretty much requires a collective agreement to establish a socialist system in favor of a capitalist one. However, the problem is that not all people share the same opinions or beliefs. I am one of those people. Yes, capitalism does have its corrupt aspects, but I don't believe that establishing a socialist system is the answer either, because, like any other idea, socialism can and will be taken advantage of, and hierarchies will be instituted. This is mostly down to human nature.
Oh my god, can you stop moving in and away from your mic? The audio is fluctuating to an unbearably ear-raping level. Onto your actual point, yeah, sure, corruption is based on human nature. That still doesn't change the fact that people will display their party's ideals when given a position of power to put them into effect. This is exactly what goes down with every presidential election. I'm not sure what it's like up there in England, but I feel the idea is the same. Feel free to say otherwise in the comments.
By the way, I am Canadian.
Bring me my maple syrup, bitch!
Not until I get my supply of crumpets and tea! I just can't start my day without them!
Because of the major inequalities and issues that exist within our educational systems, our healthcare systems, our legal systems, and so on and so forth.
I got 3 words for you. Are you ready? Citation fucking needed.
Okay, here are my findings. Despite women being in college more than men, women are still less likely to be accepted into fields such as sciences and politics, even if they're truly qualified, because they're perceived to be stupid or only think with their hearts. As far as healthcare goes, pregnancy death rates are up 27% since 2000, and abortion is under attack with the white old fags in Congress still wanting to regulate women's bodies as if women are mere puppets in a Sesame Street episode. And let's not count out how raping a woman is being treated like a joke, since rapists barely see jail time, or the cases are treated with extreme skepticism because she might be lying. Women are known for lying. Even though it's a well-known fact that false rape claims only account for 2% at the least and 8% at the most. Not to mention that if a woman kills someone who is attacking her, she'll see 15 to 25 years in jail. A man who kills his wife in a domestic dispute or in any other dominant circumstance, however, is sometimes let off the hook, see O.J. Simpson, or only sees 5 to 10 years. You don't see anything wrong with that?
Green is not a creative color.
The point of the video is actually discuss the fact that many privileged people within society use free speech as a means to discredit the experiences and voices of marginalized groups and the socially powerless.
No, it's got nothing to do with silencing marginalized groups or women. It's got more to do with the fact that you're talking shit. Do you understand? What you are saying is not true.
And Jaded is going off of the fact that women's and minorities' opinions are often disregarded whether they're factual or not. This is in fact true. You ever been on Reddit, Jorm? A man's narrative is valued far more than a woman's narrative, even if their narratives are completely the same. This is also discounting that opinions can't be based on facts or knowledge. That's called a theory.
The comment section on this video illustrates I don't think this could be truer. And honestly, as a sociologist, I couldn't have asked for a more perfect response. Here are all the reasons why the many idiotic and ignorant attempts to harass me into silence actually illustrate all the things that I believe in and support. About 90% of the viewers of this video were male.
How do you know that 90% of the people who commented on your video are male?
She went into the comment section? I mean, seriously, it's not hard to figure it out from there. Soon as anything woman-centric pops up, you got all the men with tiny dicks and frail masculinity trying to blast it into obscurity. Hell, it's happened to me before. Even when I'm being completely rational, people dismiss me as an SJW. For fuck's sake, just a couple days ago, I got called a gender traitor because I think the men's rights movement is retarded. So it's not just women who are being silenced, even men who care about women are being silenced. The reason I'm Team Girl Power is because I refuse to live in a world where people never see penance for being abusive to women, and my wife and daughter, when that time comes, can't have their safety guaranteed. That doesn't and shouldn't make me less of a man.
Where are you getting this from? It sounds like that you are pulling this right out of your ass. You don't know that there could be women who are criticizing you as well because you are talking shit. And because you don't know who the commenters actually are, you make an assumption that 90% of them are male.
There are women out there who disagree with you. No, you give me examples despite me telling you to present some. I'm too busy telling women that they're stupid.
Green is not a creative color.
And I am a confident, intelligent woman who is both very educated and very feminine looking as well as young. This tends to threaten men. It threatens them because they associate femininity with weakness and stupidity.
And now it's associated with being utterly unmarriageable and being an annoying bitch. Congratulations, feminism.
Funny, because masculinity is now associated with being an abusive rapist douchebag who isn't worth a damn. Thanks, men's rights activism.
And because I'm a woman who is standing up for my voice and fighting against misogyny and ignorance. Instead of just taking it because they said so, ignorant privileged men tend to feel a lot of aggression towards me.
Well, when you call people sexists and misogynists to their faces, then that's an attitude that's not going to be taken very kindly. And more than likely, these people were probably trying to get you to piss off because you're an annoying bitch.
So it's her fault for calling out racists and sexists because she can be seen as annoying? Do I even need to explain how retarded that is?
Similarly, a lot of comments made a lot of sexually aggressive statements, illustrating the fact that as soon as a woman steps out of her place, that is, she acts like something that is more than a doormat, men threaten to rape and or sexually assault them and or sexualize them. This is an attempt to take power away from women by reducing them to sexual objects and things. Basically, not people with invalid opinions. In other words, it's basically the common stereotype that women should be seen and not heard. Many of the commenters use free speech to promote hate speech against me, but against women and minorities more generally.
Look, while I don't agree with most of the bullshit that you say, you should have a right to say it. However, what these people were actually saying in the comment section of the video that you were talking about, most of these people were disagreeing with you. And even if there were some sexually aggressive comments, can you give some examples? Could you maybe read some of these comments? Or I'm just gonna have to assume that you're lying.
So not showing you the proof is the same as not having it? What kind of arguing is this?
Ironically ignoring the fact that under their definition of free speech, I have the right to say whatever I want. But yet they still tried to harass me into silence.
What a total cunt.
Well, time to mark the "you're a cunt" spot on my MRA bingo card.
This actually supports the very premise of the video. Privileged individuals, white people, men, cis people, upper class, so on and so forth.
Okay, either you're a cis woman or you're Barney the fucking dinosaur. Take your pick.
Actually, she's...
Use free speech in order to silence the voices of minorities, and to silence the voices of those who try to fight for minorities' rights. Something to also note is that many people attempted to rob me of my ethnic heritage, telling me that I'm not a real ethnic minority and that I'm actually white. In other words, I'm not brown enough to be brown.
Blah blah fucking blah. I'm done with this video. Nobody cares. Go fuck yourself.
Funny, because that's exactly how I feel about your commentary. Finally done with this shitty excuse of a commentary. Jorm, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. This was so fucking irritatingly bad. Your attitude was so wretchedly condescending that I wanted to reach through my screen and stuff a brick in your mouth. You gaslighted all of her arguments as SJW bullshit, even though she actually did have some legitimate points, and the whole thing felt so lazily put together. The point I'm trying to get at is, your video sucked, and I never want to watch it again. Unless it's this commentary I made on you. Anyways, thanks for watching. This is the Nihilistic Snake, slithering out of here.